Huh?
Listen, man, gonna be doing something different with this video this time around. If you've ever watched a Vanquish video, it's basically like that, where I talk about whatever I want to talk about over type soul gameplay. It's not the most entertaining thing, but for what I'm going for with this video, I feel like it works. Anyway, Type Soul Ranked is an interesting place because you meet the most interesting people of Type Soul. Ranked overall, it's not the most enjoyable experience, but when you put belt to ass, it's fun. Obviously, during my time in Type Soul Ranked, when I was using my 60 speed slot that you're gonna see later in this video, I only got like 2 complaints out of all of the people I fought. They came from Hakata players, okay? Now, I'm not saying that it's something to do with like all Hakata players, but it's weird how no one else complained about losing or anything like that. In fact, one of the dudes I fought, one of the players I was fighting against, I don't know what it was with him, but he was just zoning with ground Hakata for some reason. Like, yes, bro, your playstyle is you pick the skill tree centered around using your fists and getting up close and stringing together attacks, and even though it doesn't do that much damage, it still looks cool, and you should still be aggressive with it regardless, and you choose to zone with it like a genius. But enough about that. How are all the Kendo users that keep up with me doing? Ichimonji, I felt like y'all needed Ichimonji a lot. I fuck with Kendo and I used to main it before I started maining speed. And I would, just to let y'all know, I was on speed before this re-release, okay? I stopped playing like right after Nelkatana got added. I used Nelkatana, I 1v1 my friend a bit with Nelkatana. I had like a 60 speed light with Nelkatana. And that was back when Partial Essence was still good. And that was pretty much my favorite build to play on before this release. When Ronkar's got reduced down to one partial res move, and 2 is reserved for Ancient Vastakar, and Partial Essence was completely gutted and reduced down to a crafting item, unfortunately. But anyway, it was my favorite build to use before this release. Me and my friend Spoosie would 1v1 a lot, and I would always use that build, and shit was like so fun, dude. It was constant pressure, 24/7 pressure, and when I did get close, I was just going crazy on him, dude. The orbs of light move, that move was really good for I would just throw that out like whenever I got into close range, and it would pretty much just let me do whatever move I wanted right after. It was great, dude. Anyway, during second release, Ronkar was my favorite race, and this release, it is, I feel like it's Soul Reapers now, to be honest. I think a lot of the stuff that Soul Reaper has just like clicks together with a lot of the stuff that's in game already, and not to mention, Soul Reaper just has like the cooler stuff, or stuff that I enjoy using just in general. It's easier to use, it's easier to play. Being a Soul Reaper as a whole is just easy to digest, if I'm being honest. I'm playing on right now in this clip, I'm playing on my favorite build right now, actually. 40 speed, 25 Kendo, Suzumabachi Rapier with Vow Potential. And I'm not gonna lie, dude, I spent quite a bit of music rerolls trying to get what I wanted. I was trying to get They Might As Well Be Dead, but when I saw They Ask Again pop up on the prompt, or the text that shows up whenever you get something, I was like, wait a minute, is this what I think it is? I maxed out my Vow Potential, right, just to see if it was what I thought it was, and it was, it's Jiachu's theme from Limbus Company. And speaking of Limbus Company, Chapter 8, I don't know, I've been dialing back a lot of the hate that I was putting out. I'm fine with a lot of stuff now, where I feel neutral or indifferent on a lot of stuff now, but I got back into Limbus for chapter 8. Chapter 8 was honestly really good. My favorite chapter thus far. I especially enjoyed Lei Hang and Jia Chu's characters. But anyway, speaking of gacha games, I don't know. I haven't really been in the mood to play any gacha games, like, at all after finishing chapter 8, to be honest. I was really invested into Zenless Zone Zero. I had been caught up in everything, but when I tried like playing through the Spook Shack story, I was just, I don't know. I mean, I was going through some stuff, but after that, I don't know. I just didn't really feel like playing gacha games after that, to be honest. Moving on to the next topic. One thing I do want to talk about is it's the fact that like most of these all of these made up slurs nowadays are modeled after like the N-word or pre-existing slurs. There's one word that the Typesol community really likes to throw around, and obviously I'm in no position to really tell anyone to stop saying it because I know no one's gonna stop saying it, but maybe it was only maybe it was funny like 2 years ago when everyone was fucking 15 sitting on Discord all day long and didn't go outside. But I don't know, I'm graduated now. I've grown and changed as a person throughout like every single year of my life. Maybe you'll get a laugh out of me. Maybe if you repeat it for the 67th time, maybe you'll get a laugh out of me. Also, I don't want to say too much here, but those people on TikTok, that clanker shit, right? Y'all know that clanker shit? Those people were given clanker and they took the fucking mile with it, dude. Why am I seeing 1950s racism on my For You page? What is happening here? Anyway, moving on. I want to talk about this true bankai shit, dude. Because, like, genuinely, what the fuck are these requirements? You can so obviously tell that the game did not actually spend 8 fucking months in development. That's just not a possibility. They lollygagged for like 6 months and then realized, oh shit, we have a game that we promised people we would release. And then they spent like 2 months, 3 months at most, working on the Hell update. Like, it's no offense to any of the other developers. This is very clearly a Cetro thing. He is the lead developer. Maybe I'm wrong here. If he's the lead developer, I'm pretty sure that means he's also the team fucking manager. So every decision, everything that you see in game is a result of Cetro's decision making. This was all deliberately done by Cetro. Or not deliberately done, but Cetro was directly responsible for like what you see in the Hell update. He is responsible for what's wrong with the Hell update. He's responsible for all the good that came with the Hell update. He's responsible for all of the unpatched bugs. And he's responsible for the buggy mess that this update was first released in. He's also responsible for some of these true modes being really underwhelming, or some of these modes not even having a true mode. Not to mention these random fucking balance changes even after the update was released. You're telling me you had 8 months to figure out these balance changes. You had 8 months to figure out what other changes you want to make to the game, aside from Fullbringer, aside from Hell, aside from true modes and everything. You had 8 months to expand on skill trees. You had 8 months to balance everything. You had 8 months you gave yourself 8 months to make sure everything was sorted out before this release. And none of it was sorted out until after the update was released. I can release the game anytime I want, and you were perfectly fine with releasing it into an almost unplayable mess. Where was Ichimonji during those 8 months? Where were these speed nerfs in those 8 months? There was the medic rework, that was it. That was all we got. Not to mention, oh my fucking god, I hate these true bankai requirements. You had to do this uninteresting ass quest line where you threw in like random fucking lore that no one really cares about, because it doesn't matter to the player. You never even made it matter to the player in the first hand. There's like these random NPCs that no one cares about other than they're just there for the player to get these quests done. You kill 120 unbalanced and somewhat buggy Hell NPCs that do a crazy amount of fucking damage. And then you go through the rings, And by the way, the ring bosses are damn near impossible to defeat unless you cheese them. And then after you beat the hell bosses, right? After you beat the rings, now you have to AFK for up to 25 hours to get your true mode. 25 hours to get your true mode. As if the 120 NPCs wasn't bad enough. You wanted to farm premium payouts even further. Again, you gave yourself 8 months to come up with a proper quest line and proper requirements for true bankai. And this is the best you came up with. Setro stated, did he not state that only the top players would have true bankai? Everyone and their mom has true bankai at this point, and the game is still actively declining in players. This was not 8 months of content. This was like 2 days, a week at best. And I think I'm the most qualified to talk about true bankais. In fact, I have fucking 5 of them on one account. I did the quest line for Flower. Then I did it for Stark. I rolled off of Stark and did it. I AFK'd again for Pantera. Then I did it for True Miracle. Then I did it for True Ice. And then I did it all again for True Suzumabachi. All 5 separate slots, by the way. I'm walking around with a True Pantera, True Flower, True Miracle, True Ice, and a True Suzumabachi on one account. And some of the, okay, I was gonna say some of these true modes weren't as good as I thought, but then again, they did recently finally release the patch where you have to build up another mode bar before you can actually pop true, and I feel like that was actually a good change. Anyway, I'm done. After I do one of my upcoming videos, I'm rolling off of Suzumabachi and getting Benihime. Anyway, see ya. Nah, bro, this game revived the summer, swear.
I mean, even though it's horrible, it did help the summer.
Not by much, bro.
Yeah, it still helped.
Doesn't even matter. It fucking... See, Roblox is about to get banned anyway, dude. This is a last ditch effort.
Yo, bro.
Can I help you?
Latch disc effort.
I said last. Yo, bro.
Of course he's Canadian and he's using acid, true.
What?
What?
What? What?